welcome to another sports video here in the Betfred Network studio. I'm Casey Catherall, joined by Betfred's Peter Spencer. How are you doing today, Peter?
Yeah, great, thank you.
Brilliant. So first of all, World Cup almost starts. How are you feeling about that?
Well, the betting is reaching fever pitch. Well, it certainly will be by next week, as soon as the Premier League's out of the way. We've got a lot of money going on England. The price on England now with Betfred to win the World Cup outright, first time since 1966, as we all know. England are now 7-1 to win the World Cup outright. Brazil, and if you look at the strength of their squad, you can understand why this is. They're the favourites at 4-1. Argentina, they're 6-1. Same price as France, so they're both ahead of England. And then after England, we've got Spain at 8-1. Germany, should never rule them out in cup competition. They're 10-1. Belgium, dark horses, always flattering to deceive. They're 12-1. Same price as an ageing Portugal team. They're 12-1. Netherlands also 12-1. And then Wales, well, Betfred have them 150-1. So they're sort of towards the outsiders.
And England's squad have now been revealed actually, and they're looking like quite a strong squad there, aren't they, what England have got?
Yeah, but you think of the, I think he's got a bit of misplaced loyalty there. To play Calvin Phillips when he's done 1 minute in the Premier League, I mean, that to me is a poor decision because however good he is, and he did do well in the Euros of course, there's a case of great loyalty towards him. But this is a competition where he's up against some of the world's greatest strikers. And if he's only got 1 minute in the Premier League this season, he's going to be struggling. He'd have to play him against our opening teams such as Iran and America, because if he comes, and maybe even Wales, because if he comes in at a later stage, and that's his first game, because I know he's played in cup competitions for City, but certainly not in the Premier League. That's effectively his first proper game. He's going to be struggling big time. And similarly with Harry Maguire as well, because he's definitely not a starter for United. And word is that he's about fourth choice to be centre half for United. Oh. Well, therefore, he's not going to be great for England, is he? There's a few odd decisions in that defensive area. It's like he's got a blur in his mind, Southgate, in that respect, because everywhere else is strong. You know, I can't disagree with his strikers or his midfield, but just that defence, it's just odd how he's gone about it. Kyle Walker, well, you can understand he's taken a bit of a chance with him as well, but not as big a gamble as he has done with Phillips. So I just think it's kind of okay. Let's put it that way. I think Great Madison's in. We need a bit of flair. For sure. He's knocked out Ward-Prowse for the free kicks as well, so I think he's a cracking prospect, and I just hope he doesn't bottle it when it gets down to it and he starts the games.
Definitely, well, time will tell, I guess. And also, Carabao Cup is quite exciting time going on there at the minute, isn't there?
Yeah, well, City have won this trophy 6 times in the last 8 years, so it's kind of their home territory. They really go for it when and all respect to City, because they do put out one of the strongest teams possible. They don't start messing about with the lineups. They go for everything. Anyway, City are the 7-4 favourites with Betfred to win the Carabao Cup again. Newcastle are right in there at 9-2. It's the sort of competition that Newcastle could go on and win, because they're there or thereabouts in the Premier League nowadays with all the investment that they've encountered there. So they're now 9-2. Second favourites. Liverpool, who play City of course, they're 5-1. United again, a team that the Carabao Cup just could be for them this year. They're 6-1. Brighton 10-1, and it tails off to Gillingham at 500-1. The complete outsiders. Lincoln 200-1. Burnley, they're at 100-1.
Quite exciting. You mentioned City then, who played Brentford this weekend, don't they?
Yeah, they do. City, it's a relatively straightforward one to send off those superstar players to World Cup action. City 1-8, so huge odds-on favourites there. Haaland, who isn't in the World Cup, so he gets a rest. He's 13-8 to score first. De Bruyne, he's 4-1. He'll play a key part for Belgium in the World Cup, and as will Foden. I heard Wayne Rooney say the other day that he thinks Phil Foden's our out-and-out top player in the England squad. And that's great coming from a United stalwart like him. But Phil Foden is 4-1 to score the first goal for City against Brentford on Saturday in the early kick-off.
United also play Fulham, don't they? Have you got any predictions for us for that?
Yeah, Fulham on Sunday. Betfred have United the slight favourites because the form's been so inconsistent. Ronaldo is 4-1 to score the first goal. Martial 11-2. Rashford, fantastic lead back in the England squad. How he's turned his whole career around effectively in the last 6 months or so has been sensational.
Really?
He really is looking like the player that everybody knew he could be, like a player trying to get out of his skin. He's absolutely fantastic the other night against Aston Villa. He's 7-1 to score the first goal for United at Fulham. Betfred have Fernandes. He's back in the team. He made a big difference, I thought, against Villa the other night. He's 9-1 to score the first goal.
And how's the Premier League looking at the minute outright?
Well, we do have City, the clear favourites. They have been all season effectively, but they're now 1-5 to retain the title. Arsenal, well, they're still leaders by 2 points, and it'll probably stay that way this weekend because Arsenal are at Wolves, who are struggling. That's the late kick-off on Saturday. So we've got City the favourites 1-5. Betfred have Arsenal second favourites 9-2. And really we're thinking it's between those two because next up we've got Liverpool at 40-1. United at 50-1, the same price as Newcastle United. And Spurs and Chelsea are on the slide. Spurs are 66-1, Chelsea 100-1 now to win the Premier League.
Wow. In rugby, the World Cup, Rugby League World Cup, sorry, how's that going on for you?
Well, it's the Australia-New Zealand first semi-final tonight on Friday. And we're thinking that Australia will win that one, and then they'll probably play England in the final, which is next Saturday at Old Trafford. So we've got Australia 2-5 to win the World Cup outright, England 7-2, New Zealand 8-1, and the big outsiders are Samoa at 14-1. So England play Samoa at the Emirates in their semi-final on Saturday. We have England 1-3, so odds-on favourites there. Dom Young 9-2 to score the first try. He's emerging as the poster boy of this competition. Tommy Makinson, he scored 5 last weekend, which was a record for England. He's 11-2 to score the first try. And one of my favourite players, George Williams from Warrington, he's 20-1. He's really coming to his own now after a dire season for Warrington Wolves. He's just proven his class every single time he plays. He's 20-1 to score the first try for England against Samoa at the Emirates on Saturday.
Thank you for that. If you would like to bet, you can do so online in the Betfred stores and in the app as well.